Okay, beautiful people, it's nearly 2 a.m. I will soon go to sleep. I usually like to see the opening of the index, and I believe I do have a clear idea about what's gonna happen. Now look at that, we got on the 4 hours, the shoulder, head and shoulder. It's not a clear or great pattern, but once the first shoulder is challenged, and it was, and broken with momentum, then we expect the price to try and challenge and beat the other shoulder to either look for a double bottom or to seek for lower lows, which I believe is the case. We've seen the DXY leaving gaps from Monday. We've seen the DXY covering the gap yesterday, but today it just opened with a small gap. And we could expect the price to lower down as we see the gold rallying up to the 1760, 1780, 1800. Now this week I do not believe we got a fundamental to see the index going down to the 102992 level. However, I do believe that we will see the 104640 being tested. And at that stage we need to see where is gold, where is oil, and all the other pairs. So again guys, today this was our winning position. We've had the sell-off of the DXY, we've been buying euro dollar, selling dollar JPY, and we've been selling dollars Swiss franc. We've been buying gold, and it was actually a great setup. Now let's look at the chart of gold and oil, because they are quite interesting, and this is extremely important. Do you see these cones here, guys? You see these cones. We see many of them, and we see ascending channel and descending channel. There is not much to know, there is not much to learn. It's always the same thing. Now guys, look at how interesting is that. Look at that. This is the famous 1742. This is the famous 1750. And they are in the middle of these cones. Now, if you want to know the size of this breakout is always, and it will always be, these added to these. So if you, and actually, look how precise is that. If I put a line here, where we had this breakout that we knew the size already, is these added here, it will bring us here. We've had a first breakout, a second breakout following this channel, and now we had a third breakout opening. So we do have an ascending channel that at the moment is respected, and we have a lower channel which is parallel, where we could expect possibly the gold to retrace and consolidate. Now, what I believe is going to happen in gold, guys, we could retrace, see the price retracing to the 1750. We are not far from that, and around at this time actually. So this will be tomorrow, tomorrow before the start of the new session, about 4 or 5 in the morning. We could see the price plunging down to the 1750 and up again. Ultimately, we want to see the DXY selling off to the 104,680 area and the gold keeping momentum, and we have a beautiful, well-respected pattern. This was the forecasted entry I gave on the forecast, which was between the 1728 and 1732. We've had even a deeper buy which lasted a few seconds, and this shows what a deep buy. And I've told you several times that gold made a promise to the 1728, 1729. He did promise to come back, and he did. And when he did, look what a great pattern, look what great candles and price action, look how clear and clean are the breakouts. So we can expect by the time the price is here to make this size breakout here. And actually, if you add that, we already had it. So now the gold could even challenge and go up, or take a brief and pull back to the 1750 to then come up again. And this could happen anytime here. We could even see the price plunging down and coming up again. However, we are in a strong uptrend targeting the 1807 as per forecast. Regarding oil, guys, this is also very important. We've been talking a lot about oil. As you know, guys, this is a very bearish pattern where usually the price is caged and then it makes another run down. So it's important that we see the oil breaking this pattern here and going up to the upper channel and catching up with the ascending triangle, the cone we drew earlier. So guys, yes, oil is still vulnerable, but as far as we remain above the 77, we should be okay. This could also, and it has been already, the range has been expanded, but it doesn't mean a lot. We can see that the range can be expanded and the price come back. At the moment, I believe the lowest we could see on the oil is on the 77,350, 77,500. So this range could stay in play, but what we want is the price to break out from the pattern of a bearish flag and to seek for new highs. And this, guys, it's very, very important for you to recognize how powerful and helpful are these patterns. Obviously, fundamentals play a big role. So if we have the news of the OPEC reducing production or vice versa, we could see the price plunging up or down. But still, the patterns can tell you a lot. And what oil does, oil is a master at trapping people. Many people believe that after this there will be another leg down to the 75, 76 and so forth. I believe that seeing the situation we are now, the fundamental, that oil will plunge up, will break these consolidation pattern. This bearish flag will need to be broken. The 78 was a good try. The price didn't manage and came down. Still, it didn't challenge the 77. We didn't have a breakout with momentum, a powerful breakout. So the price is just consolidating, waiting for, well, peak hour, waiting for fundamental and news to see if we can finally go back, break the channel, consolidate, further break, and aim at the 82. Another reason I say that is that here we have a big bubble. We have a big gap that oil should fill. I don't really think that we will see the oil going down to 72 unless we have a healthy pullback to at least the 82, 82.90. And 82, guys, could be the launch for oil to the 85, 86. Again, it is a possibility. It's all about the fundamental included, involved, but we need to always draw these trend lines because they're powerful, because they help us. We need to know our patterns because they help us to recognize if a breakout is on the upper side or the lower side. At the moment, the tendency on oil is on the is consolidating. But if we see the oil starting to break this channel with momentum, and instead of coming back as it did here, it goes down with momentum, breaking the 77, well, in that case, guys, the pattern of the bearish flag could work, and we could see the oil literally making a way out. As you see, guys, volume just picked up, and the oil is coming up. So possibly we will see the oil reaching the 78. Now oil needs more, needs the 78,500. As the time goes, we need the price to get higher than it was before to break a pattern. So guys, yes, this is all. If you have any question, feel free to ask me on the chat, to send a message privately. Also, if you have any other chart you want me to analyze, you are more than welcome to send them to me.